And you can be a fake eater if you want, but I'm gonna call you out on it. It's like being Brad Castleberry. Coach Greg, and today's video is on Matt Stonie. Earlier I did a video on fake eaters, and there was a ton, like 100 comments about Matt Stonie isn't a fake eater, and blah, 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 blah. And I never said that every single person that does a 10,000 calorie challenge doesn't actually eat it. Obviously, there's lots of people that can actually eat that much. The point of the video was to say that a lot of them are throwing up after, or a lot of the people on the internet are pretending to eat what they're eating and not. Obviously, if you watch them eat the entire meal, they're eating the entire meal. But if you don't see it, if they fast forward, or they just start off and you see 50 donuts, and they eat one bite, and then 5 minutes later, you see them finishing off the last donut, they didn't actually eat it. Use your brain. Competitive eaters are a different breed. I'm not saying that just because you do a 10,000 calorie eating challenge that you have an eating disorder. You might, but if you're doing it for a living, it's obviously a different story. Matt Stonie, he has over 11 million subscribers. He got 67 million, it's hard to even imagine, I keep thinking it's thousands, 67 million views in a month. I got 14 million. That's over 4 times more than me. And I post way more videos than him. He's only posted 350 his life. I do that in a year easily. So that's how much people like watching this stuff. The society is obsessed with watching people eat. I mean, after all, we all eat. We're obsessed with watching porn, and most of us have sex. So it kind of makes sense. How much money can he make? It's estimated he makes around $3 million a year from YouTube ads alone. So you can become a millionaire from eating fast, or a lot. So how good is this guy? Is he just average? No, he's one of the top 3 in the world eaters. He won the 2015 Nathan's hot dog eating contest. That's literally the only eating contest I've ever seen on TV. It's extremely popular. He ate 62 hot dogs in 10 minutes. 62! 6 is a lot. 62! I think I could maybe eat 60. 62! It's incredible. It doesn't even make sense. I can eat a lot. Matt Stonie could eat double what I eat and then look at me and laugh at how come I'm eating so slow. They're incredible. They're a different breed of eaters. He's got 2 billion views over the life of his channel. Billion! 2 billion times people have seen him force feeding, shoving food down, go crazy. Billion on a million. That's 2,000 million people. It's incredible. Joey Chestnut is the guy that's eating these hot dogs. Every year he seems to win, but Matt Stonie beat him one time. Okay? That is amazing. Joey Chestnut's eaten over 72 freaking hot dogs in 10 minutes. It doesn't even make sense. It was on TSN the other day and I watched him and he ate 20 hot dogs more than the second best guy. Do they actually keep all this food down? Of course not. For a competition, you have to do it for a while, but you are better off going and throwing up after than actually keeping the food down. Do you think it's good for your body to eat 18,000 calories worth of Big Macs in 38 minutes like Joey Chestnut did? Oh, he made a video. Hey, I'm having a cheat meal. I may as well break the world record for Big Macs. He eats 32 Big Macs in 38 minutes. And he's talking during the challenge, and it's like, oh, the last couple of burgers are the hardest. It's like running a marathon. The end is the hardest part. Not that I'll ever run a marathon. Obviously, he looks like he's going to die during the entire video. He's sweating so much, he's sweating more doing an eating challenge than if he were running the marathon. It's not healthy to do this. I don't suggest you just try this. Anything at the highest level is kind of not really healthy. Do you think it's healthy to be the best bodybuilder in the world? Do you think it's healthy to try to get your body fat to under 4% and weigh 250 pounds and to inject every single thing you can find? No. Do you think it's healthy to try to eat 72 hot dogs in 10 minutes? No, of course not. So you obviously shouldn't try this. So why did Matt Stonie start? What got him into it? Well, there was $1,000 in a university competition so you could eat the most lobster tails or lobster rolls or something like that. He enters the thing and wins. It's like, whoa, $1,000. That's awesome. And then he goes on from there. Matt Stonie is 5'8" tall. He's taller than me. He weighs 130 whopping, whatever pounds. 130 pounds, 5'8". That is small. That is very tiny. Does he work out? Well, yes. He says it's important to stay in shape. So he does work out and he does do cardio and he is in fact natural. No PEDs. But does he in fact throw up the food after? Of course he does. You think these guys are sitting there eating freaking 15,000 calories and 20,000 calories and 25,000 calorie challenges and keeping all that food down? Of course not. I've even seen on the internet 100 and some thousand calorie challenges over the course of whatever, a couple days. You can't eat 20 pounds worth of freaking calories of fat in a couple days and not gain weight. You don't just poop it all out naturally. No. You ever see the movie 7 Deadly Sins with Brad Pitt? So the movie's called Seven. The 7 Deadly Sins. And Brad Pitt starred in this movie, and one of the people that had died, they had forced people to do things, and one of them was to eat. He kept eating, and he eventually died. It's the movie where they said, "What's in the box? What's in the box?" Oh, and Brad Pitt. You remember that? I referenced it in another Costco unboxing. What's in the box? And you guys all commented. So you've seen this movie. It was a good movie. It's kind of creepy, though. So eating to the point of you can't eat anymore is in fact dangerous. That's a song too. Dangerous. I think it's a song. Everything is a song or something. Oh, she's a little bit dangerous. Doucette, dangerous. So Matt Stonie made a YouTube video. Could you eat this for $3,500 in 90 minutes? It was like 4 Big Macs and like 4 large fries and like 4 Pops and like 30 nuggets. And in 90 minutes, I'm like, of course he can. It's not even a challenge for him. And he got his friend to try it. And his friend ate about 3/4 of it. And I was really impressed. Because that is a lot of freaking food. And Matt was like, wow, you did really good. I didn't even think you'd get half of it. That's impressive. And during the video, I watched and they ate the low sugar ketchup.
You want the ketchup?
So you gotta be careful because when you're eating 5,300 calories worth of food, you gotta watch the amount of ketchup you're eating with that. During that video, I noticed that from about a minute to over 2 minutes, he was plugging an ad, a sponsor. It was called joinhoney.com. And it was like joinhoney.com/Matt Stonie. It's in there. And he went and brought it back up at 7 minutes. And so some of you guys complain that there's ads in videos or that you're trying to sell something. You're allowed to make money. You're watching this video for free. You might get interrupted for 12 seconds during a commercial. That's how the life works. That's how life works. You have to suffer through 10 seconds of a commercial to watch the entire thing. Ever watch the Super Bowl? There are commercials during this event. You ever watch TV? There's commercials. That's how you make a living. Matt Stonie's probably getting paid a lot of money to, at the start of the video, talk about something for over a minute. You can't blame him for that. You also can't blame him for putting out content that people want to see. Although I'm not a fan of the speed eating challenges, the message it gives, that's kind of not healthy, I am not criticizing the people for actually doing it. It makes sense. This is what he's really good at, and he makes a lot of money, and it's no different than me trying to be a Mr. Olympia or whatever bodybuilder, because obviously it's not healthy to try to be the best in the world at a lot of different things. It's not really healthy to run an Ironman, to be out on the road for 10 hours or 15 hours or however long it takes, pushing yourself to the limit. It's not healthy to be a Navy SEAL and have to suffer and not sleep and be awake all night and duct tape your freaking knees when it hurts. A lot of stuff we do is not healthy. But you're trying to be the best you can be on this earth, and for him, that's the best he can be. This is what he's doing. So I'm not mad at him for that. But it's one thing to lie about what you're doing. Matt Stonie is not lying. He's not faking eating these challenges. He's literally doing them. That is a lot different than being a fake eater. And you can be a fake eater if you want, but I'm going to call you out on it. It's like being Brad Castleberry.
But I know when not to continue to pull.
You know Brad Castleberry, fake lifter. He has real muscles, but he lifts fake weights. Fake weights, fake plates. So it makes you look that much more impressive. So fake eating, I'm not a fan of. Now listen, they are throwing up after. They're not breaking the laws of thermodynamics. Matt Stonie is not 5'8", 5'9", 130 pounds, eating 10,000, 20,000 calorie meals all the time. And before these challenges, they're literally starving themselves. They're not eating, they're fasting. But listen, to be the best at something, you need to practice it. If you practice eating as much as you can physically eat, you're going to gain a lot of weight. So if you throw up after, you can practice more without becoming morbidly obese. That's called bulimia. Bulimia is not really a healthy thing to do now, is it? It's actually an eating disorder. However, if you're a speed eating, competitive eating, you may or may not have to do this. I'm not saying that they have to. I'm saying they probably need to be the best, to practice the most. Just think, if you eat 6 days worth of food, 18,000 calories in one cheat meal, like Joey Chestnut, you can't expect to do that very often. He could only do it once a week. What is he going to eat? 1 meal a week and train like that? It's easier if you eat that often. If you practice more often, they have to practice the jaw muscles. And they ain't going to use jazzercise to do it. No. And they're not getting a friggin' dog chew toy either. They need to eat, they need to swallow, they need to practice what they're doing. They can't keep all that food down because they would become morbidly obese. It wouldn't be healthy. They wouldn't be hungry enough to keep doing what they're doing. So some of the craziest things Matt Stonie's done, in my opinion, he ate 20 pounds of pumpkin pie in 8 minutes. 20 pounds! Do you know how much food that is? He ate a McDonald's Happy Meal, the burger fry pop, in 15 seconds. Not 15 minutes, 15 seconds. That's like 1 or 2 bites. He eats the whole thing in 15 seconds. He had 10 pounds of frozen yogurt in 6 minutes. 10 pounds. Think of the brain freeze. That's more impressive than the eating of the ice cream. And remember, just because you're really good at something, it doesn't mean it's going to make you $1 million. Matt Stonie has 11 million subscribers on YouTube. Joey Chestnut, who can out-eat him, has under 100,000. He's 100 times more popular, even though he's not as good as the other guy. You need to have a personality. You need to be able to relate. When you see a small guy weighing 130 pounds eating this way versus a larger man like Joey Chestnut, who's 6'1" and 230, it's just less impressive because you do take into account the size. It's like if a 130-pound guy bench pressed 500, and somebody else who weighs 300 pounds bench press 600, I'd be more impressed by the 130 pound. I'd be like, what is even happening? Even though the other guy is stronger, it's like, yeah, he's stronger, it's impressive, yes. But man, this little guy is something else. So that's how I see this guy. I can't believe he can eat that much. It's shocking to see that much food can enter and stay in his stomach. It's impressive, it's crazy. It's just as impressive to me as the guy that can race up in the Tour de France and ride every day. It's just as impressive as the guy that can win the Mr. Olympia. And he has more subscribers and more followers than every Mr. Olympia. Every professional bodybuilder is not as popular as this guy. Why? You can relate to the eating. More people eat than work out. So he's the best. So he's one of the best in the world. He's one of the best in the world at what he does, and good for him. So yeah, I'm against the stupid eating challenges, but y'all love it. So keep watching it if you want, but don't try to emulate and copy it. And don't think that these guys have some magic formula, that they just have special genetics that allows them to just magically digest 30 Big Macs without getting fat. No, it's not like that. So listen, they are throwing up the food after. Maybe not every single time, but most times, if they're doing it consistently in training, they're more likely to look like that avocado angagado. You remember that video? The avocado guy. He was friggin' 130 pounds probably, and now he's 300 pounds, and he's crying on the internet. He's depressed. He's going insane. It's like, come on. They eat so much food. He was vegan. He started eating meat again. He started doing these food challenges, and he doubled his body weight. It's not healthy. He was going to die of kidney and liver problems. He made a video about his health. It's not worth taking 20 years off your life to eat a lot. Okay? Subscribe. Click the bell button. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette, IFBB Pro. Follow me there. Please watch one of these two videos. One will be more educational. One more just for the joy of watching craziness. And until next time, I am out.